Karen Stahlheber, and I am an associate professor of biology.
What causes the leaves to change color?
So in the fall, when the light starts getting less day by day, every day is a little bit shorter than the last day, we see plants start to hold on to their, they start to want to save their nutrients so they don't lose them all during the winter when the leaves drop. So they stop producing new green coloration and they start actually breaking all the green pigments up into little pieces that they then can bring into their twigs and stems and root system and store them for the winter. So when the green breaks down, we see all the other colors that are there in the leaves. We see orange, we see red, we see brown.
So what are some colors, why are some colors more vibrant some years compared to others?
There's a lot of different factors that determine how bright and how colorful different trees are. One of the big ones is the weather that occurs prior to the leaf color change, and also the weather that happens in the summer. So whether you have a wet growing season or a dry growing season, whether you have sunny days or cloudy days, wet days, all of those things are going to affect the color.
So how does our recent weather, especially this is an early cooler weather that we usually don't see this till end of September, how is that going to affect the color?
Generally speaking, cold temperatures, especially at night, lead to brighter colors in leaves, but you also have to weigh that against what happened during the summer. So if the trees were stressed out during the summer, during a period where they didn't get as much rain, then they might not have as much energy and they may have duller colors, even if we do have good fall weather for them.
Does frost or early cold weather change the timing or brightness of the leaves?
It can change the brightness. It doesn't usually change the time that leaves start because that's controlled by day length, and day length is not affected by how cold or warm it is. So the start of the process would not be affected. If you get a really early freeze or frost, it could cause the trees to drop their leaves early, and then they might not get as bright as they otherwise would. It sort of ends the fall colors a little bit early.
So what kind of weather makes for the best fall colors?
Like I said, it can be complicated because it depends on what happened in the summer, but the best fall weather for leaf colors is cold nights and relatively clear sunny days. And that usually will lead, especially for red, to the brightest red colors.
Why do evergreens stay green all year long?
Evergreen trees have a little bit different strategy than the trees that drop their leaves. They tend to grow more slowly, and so their leaves cost them more, and so they have to hold on to those leaves a little bit longer. And then the trade-off for that is they have to figure out ways to protect them all winter when they are exposed to freezing temperatures. So they just have a whole different set of things that they're doing in their leaves than a tree that drops their leaves. But then they don't have to spend a lot of energy making new ones every single year.
That's all the questions I have.